that we love.
You said the woman we love?
The one that we love.
Oh.
We have a big fight field that I'm actually shocked.
I think we need a little bit of backstories for those who missed out.
Okay, first of all, Ringo has been on this podcast. We've all been talking about this, and we've all had this conversation about how Jon Moxley, since winning the title back in, I believe, April, has been having a generational run as his second AEW title run. We said it on this podcast.
Why change the lower third?
We said on this podcast, we said at the end of the day, Jon Moxley, in my opinion, is the ace of AEW. I'm not going to call him the face of AEW. I'm not going to call him that, but I am going to call him the ace of AEW. Now, I was thinking this match was going to go happening at All Out. Crazy Coke Man Tony Khan said, we doing it live in Cleveland, Ohio.
Wait, that's in Moxley's hometown.
That is Moxley's hometown.
That is
the same hometown where CM Punk said, bye-bye, I'm leaving.
Oh, God.
So, again, this to me is one of the most intriguing matchups, in my opinion, one of the most intriguing matchups in this company's history. Because, honestly, I don't know who you put over. I don't know who wins the title.
Okay.
I know who I want to win.
I have a theory, which is far-fetched.
Talk to me.
But I think it would be way better for the program. Okay, so here's the thing. With Moxley having this kind of run, it's like that completely shatters what your plans were. Like everything, all your plans were already shattered the minute Punk went down. So it's like, okay,
agreed.
All right, we'll have Moxley be interim, but you didn't think it'd be like this. And it's
I agree.
Oh, okay. I can't just cut it off just yet. Fuck, what do I do? Okay. Let's look at their history. This is perfect. Like you said, Mox's hometown, and Punk walked out here. Let's do it here. So I believe this is going to have something to play with MJF. I think this is how you do it. You have to put MJF in.
I'm glad he brought that up.
To come out and screw over CM Punk, because or just ruin the match in general. Because it fits into the whole what do you call it? The whole WWE guys.
Yeah.
Promo.
Yep.
Drop back. Because Moxley, former WWE guy, Punk, former WWE guy. Both of them were at the top of their brand of WWE at one point. And it's like it fits into his narrative. So what better way to come out and screw that over? That way, when All Out comes, we get a triple threat match.
Oh, wow.
Between Mox, Punk, and MJF.
Oh, wow.
For the AEW championship.
Oh, wow.
All Out is still a ways off, right?
Wow. Well,
All Out still a ways off, right?
No, we're 2 weeks shy. 2 weeks shy.
No, you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I think All Out is
September 4th. September 4th.
Oh, it is September 4th? Okay.
Yeah. So we got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, 2
so
weeks.
What you do is, because here's the thing. I believe
2 Dynamites left, to be fair. 2 Dynamites left.
I think, of course, this is all speculation and just my opinions. I believe the plan was to have Punk win it, have him have his reign, and ultimately MJF would be the one to take it from him. Because I don't think you want, or we're going to have Punk and AEW champion long term, because let's be real, I don't think he has a very long, illustrious career in the AEW. Maybe he has 2 years or so, but
you said that before.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. So what I would do if I'm Tony Khan, bringing the MJF in, that way he can be the guy, the homegrown and AEW born superstar.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would do if I'm TK. That's literally you're replicating Chris Jericho beating The Rock and Stone Cold for the undisputed championship.
So you want him to beat
Actually,
You
that
want
is
him,
similar to
you
it.
want
Holy
him
shit.
to beat John Moxley and CM Punk on the same night.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
huge, man.
Talk about
That's
that's
huge,
like a
man.
No
repeating
question.
of history,
That's
bro.
huge,
No
man.
question. No question.
That's huge, man. Honestly, that's freaking wild to me. That's freaking
If
wild.
that
And
does
honestly,
happen, I'm literally
Yeah.
I
gonna
like it.
coin this podcast like,
Can you
yo, you
imagine?
I
called it.
like it.
Can you imagine the arsenal he has with that? He we already know he's on the same level as Jericho on the mic. You could even argue he could be better. It's just that we don't have he doesn't have the track record or history
Yeah.
that Jericho has. But
Yeah.
it's like he's gone toe to toe with Jericho.
No, yeah, I agree.
You know, so that's what I'm doing, and it's not. Oh, it's too early for MJF. No, it's not, bitch. It ain't early for it. This is just right. Like it's
This is
perfect for him.
perfect.
He's
honestly.
20, I think 25, 26,
20,
something like that.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It ain't too early for him. This is prime MJF. You cannot miss this. You cannot miss this. That's what I would do if I'm TK. And the whole crowd, I believe the fans would mark.
So
the
you
fuck
want
out.
him, you want MJF to show up tomorrow night.
Oh, for sure.
Oh wow.
Oh, sure enough.
Oh wow.
Because it fits the booking because he got ran out by CM Punk. We all saw it at the end of that segment, and we never heard from him again because Punk went down that night because of his toe. So it's like, what's going on? You haven't heard a peep from MJF. He hasn't said anything. No hints dropped. No nothing. Where is he?
And it's funny you said that because according to Wrestling Observer newsletter, they said MJF is currently scheduled to be returning somewhat soon.
See that?
Yeah, there was a report by
it just lines. It's like the stars are lining up, fool.
That's from Wrestling Observer newsletter. Again, that booking makes sense to me. It is what it is. It's shocking because I don't know what TK is planning. I don't know what his thing is. I do know that I'm not going to call TK the greatest booker of all time, and I'm not going to say he's a great booker, but he is a good visionary. He has a vision and he plays it through. To me, that's what Javelin just said. Sounds like the best option. Is that going to be it? I have no idea. But what I do know is there's a lot of drama going on behind the scenes of AEW. Because if you look, this all stemmed from that promo with CM Punk put. Because according to many reports that came out, CM Punk came out on Monday Night Raw, right? I mean, sorry, excuse me. Now I'm sounding like Michael Cole. I'm sounding like JR. He came out on Wednesday Night Dynamite. And he came out and literally just showed up and just going in on Hangman. He went in on Hangman. And I didn't know if it was off script or on script, but according to the Observer, reports is that there's a ton of backstage drama going on in AEW, which involves many of the top stars. It has gotten much worse in recent weeks.
I'm gonna call that bullshit. I'm saying that it's definitely. I believe it's a work.
I think, and at this point, I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I think
it's been a lot of. I mean, I don't know, man. It seems like a work personally, but apparently
you need some kind of buzz going around for AEW at this point.
Yeah.
With everything going on with WWE right now and how on track they seem to be, like when you look at AEW, it's like, oh shit, what's going on? You need some kind of buzz. It's a fucking work, bro.
And that's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was.
You're not getting me.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, Javelin. I thought it was a work. I still think it's a work, but a part of me doesn't know because multiple people have come out and said that there is some backstage issues with situation with Cole Cabana and CM Punk. The whole situation with numerous
that part I believe is real, but yeah, I believe that part's real.
Yeah. Because while the Cabana situation believed to be a catalyst of the backstage drama, it was noted that different people have different stories as to why it happened, which includes both CM Punk and Hangman Page. We even talked about somebody who talked about Wade Keller said somebody I talked to today said that the wrestlers in general do not feel like it is beyond Tony Khan and others to do another work shoot type thing, and that they just said that they didn't think that it was the case here. Keller continued, but he said that just keep in the back of your mind that even that in the back of your might think, hey, let's amplify this, let's turn this into a thing. And so he was sort of like, let's see how things play out once we understand why the Punk Moxley match was put on early and all that. Let's see how this plays out, because it might turn out like, yeah, there was something there, but they extended it and amplified it beyond the point of resolution because they thought it would be believable and create some buzz. So I don't know. Again, because we had Conan coming on this week and talking about how he heard people backstage that did not like the way Tony Khan is booking. They didn't like the way backstage morale is looking because of CM Punk and how he's acting. Again, I don't know. I want to sit here and tell you that this is how it is, and this is root facts, and this is opinions. This is not happening. But again, I mean, this is, in my opinion, this is what happens when you have a company that is so white hot right now, where everybody is trying to be the face of AEW. We don't have a face of AEW.
Well, that's
good. That's a good thing, because
that's competition. That encourages people to do better.
Exactly. That's why you get top guys. Like, you can't be a top guy in a company where like no one cares to be on top.
Yeah.
Like, it just, and I believe WWE was like that to some extent back then with the old guards. Like, some of them were just happy being there because it's like, whatever, it's a paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had those who were like, I'm passionate about this, but
I think JR,
a lot of them here wants to be there.
Yeah, I think JR once said, like, if you're not here to win championships, then what are you here? What are you here for? Then basically, it's not saying a championship is the only thing you need. You actually need, like we've said multiple times on here, you need that in-ring skill. You don't always need like the top championship. I mean, look at Darby Allin. He's been after the mid-card belt, and he made that shit important. Actually, him and Miro have made those belts, the TNT belts.
It's funny. I understand the context of what the mid cards are and stuff like that, but I feel like there's something that only really applied. I'm saying applied because it's changing. Applied to WWE because of how secondary and unimportant they made the U.S. Championship and Intercontinental.
Yeah, I can see that
over the years. So they felt mid. They felt, But again, I understand it's like the secondary championship, third championship. So I understand why you use that language, but how it's actually said made it feel very unprestigious, if that's the word. You know what I mean? So when I think of TNT championship, I don't even think of mid, like, because that's a prestigious, desirable championship to me. Because like you've had Brody Lee, even if you like or hate Cody Rhodes, during his time as champion, damn,
it was good. No, not gonna lie.
Fucking Darby Allin, Jesus, some of the great matches, and Miro. Come on now. So it's like,
I'm sorry, when Miro redesigned the belt, that literally just opened some, I don't know, that just took me back to when wrestlers used to, like John Cena and Eddie Guerrero, when they just totally revamped the championship, actually, where it's like it looks aesthetically different. But no, I got you, man. I mean, I'm using the old lingo. Maybe we need some new lingo, I guess, since the TNT Championship is.
I mean, I don't think people are going to change it. You don't have to. I'm just saying.
And I agree with you, because there's some people on here, and if we had Spicy Muscle up here, she would say, the TNT Championship feels like a mid card champion because it's not featured much. A lot of people have been saying that there's just not a lot. There's too many titles, not enough people. Again, not enough time. Again, I don't mind having too many titles. I think it kind of shows a depth of your roster.
I mean, okay, look, we go back to WWE had a lot of titles. The fuck they talking about? You had the WWF Championship. They brought over the World Heavyweight Championship. You had the U.S. Championship, the Intercontinental Championship. At one point, it was the WCW Tag Team Championships and the WWF Tag Team Championships. You had the European Championship. And the Hardcore Championship.
I was waiting for you to mention that.
Shut the fuck up with this whole.
And that's and again, I think
don't forget it was a lightweight. It was some type of lightweight.
There was a cruiserweight and lightweight championship. Yeah, that's right.
So that was there. And I agree. And this again, it's one of those things where I feel like a lot of people are just so. I guess they just want one solid champion, and they just want that champion because they. But again, it's one of those things where fans are
Do
fickle
you know what
because
kind
they
of problem that creates? You can't have just one championship,
no, I
because if that's the
agree.
case, no one is going to be champion except
Yeah,
for
and I
maybe
agree.
a very top 2% of your roster will have a
Facts,
championship, and everyone else will be
facts,
forgotten in the dust. So get the
facts.
fuck out of here. Sorry,
No,
continue.
and again, it's one of those things where I agree because like you look at the Hangman and you look at the John Moxley, right? John Moxley's reign has been very, very like people have been loving it, people have been shit talking it because they're like, why is the champion fighting every day with just random people?
You
Other
know,
people are
we used
like,
to bitch about that actually.
Okay,
other
We
people
used
are
that
to
like,
bitch
part
about that. Yeah.
that's a
I
fighting
okay,
champion.
I get that part. Okay. So the thing with that is that most people are used to one brand, one promotion,
Yeah,
right? It's not, we're not used to the cross mix consistently.
yeah,
Maybe once with other promotions, but not occasionally, which is something
yeah,
AEW is doing. So
yeah,
it's like you're used to seeing your top guys wrestle guys within their own company. So
yeah,
seeing Moxley facing a bunch of random other wrestlers that, unless you're deep in the indies, you might not know who this is. It's kind of like, what the fuck are they doing?
yeah,
But at the same time, it's like, I understand why you're doing that to add more prestige to him as a fighting champion.
yeah,
But at the same time, you don't want to bury your own personal talent that you
yeah.
have
I know.
within your own brand of rising top guys, because you don't want to blow their momentum. So it's like,
Yeah,
I'm
and it's
trying to
one.
look past my own personal biases
Yeah,
here.
and I agree with you 100%, Javelin, because like and I think me and Mayo got into it on Game Chat because and this was I think it was when we were waiting on Spike to get on, but
Oh, sorry about that.
he was talking about how he did not like that he was going against these jobbers, and I said, well, if we think about it, what if we switched it and it weren't these quote unquote jobbers, and he went through Ricky Starks, Hook, Eddie Kingston, all these guys, right? Wouldn't he be another Super Cena?
He,
That's
he,
true.
that's a good,
And not
You
yeah,
see what I'm
just that.
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
I see what
And
you mean.
that's why booking and the way we see things
Yeah.
in wrestling is very like it's very perspective based
And
because
not just that, if once, okay, how AEW is structured, it seems like once you lose your title shot, man, you ain't coming back for a
you ain't
long
coming
time.
back. You ain't coming back at
For a
all
long time.
for a
Yeah.
long, long time.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I mean, I get it. I get it. I understand it. I'm not. That's why I say to me, I. It's funny because we talk about Hangman Page and we talk about his reign. I thought his reign was beautiful. Some people out there did not like his reign. They felt that it was too weak. He wasn't a good champion. I thought he did great. I thought all of his championship matches felt
they were
something.
all, yes, they were all
They were all
great.
good. All
They
his
were
in ring were
memorable
good.
because they were big feuds
Yeah.
with big
Yeah.
guys. But a lot of people were like, well, yeah, well, he wasn't defending it every night. He wasn't on every night.
See what you just
And
said
that's what I'm saying.
is very contradictory for those people, because they're the ones who are saying that Moxley's out there wrestling too much.
Yes.
So which one is it? Do you want him
And
to be
that's
out
what
there wrestling constantly or not? Like, what
that's
the
what I'm
fuck is
saying.
it?
That's
It's
what
not
I'm
like he's
saying.
wrestling on Rampage and Dynamite. So what is it?
And again, it goes back to saying like it everything is so perspective based when it comes to wrestling that it's confusing. But nonetheless, we got to wrap this up though. Nonetheless,
Oh yeah,
this
I
this
can't wait.
Wednesday, so far we hear from Ricky Starks, Billy Gunn versus Colton Gunn. It's father versus son. We have Dr. Britt Baker versus Kylie and King. Which apparently, if you're watching Dark before you watch this podcast, spoiler alert. There was a big promo between Britt Baker and Kylie King on AEW Dark that seems to fuel what's going to be happening on Dynamite this Wednesday. And then we have Dax Harwood against Jay Lethal in a single match. And then we have the big one, CM Punk versus John
I'm just
Moxley.
waiting for my baby Jamie Hayter just leave and join the Blackpool Combat Club.
We
Just
also
join that.
have, and I forgot about that, but the
Wait for that to happen.
trios title elimination is also happening tomorrow as well.
I
So
got Death Triangle versus what was it
Will
Empire?
Ospreay and
Empire.
Aussie, United Empire, but they're
Yeah.
putting out the full names. I think that's going to be a
You
phenomenal
see,
match, by the way.
this type of booking needs to happen on Rampage for it to be the top. It'll be the creme de la creme.
I
It'll be
agree.
the excellence of professional wrestling.
I agree.
agree.
I wouldn't need anything else really. If he could just do this for Rampage.
I agree.
TK, please. If I know you ain't watching, but God, if someone has the power to push this to TK, please, man, please give us that extra hour Rampage. That's it.
I agree.
I'm done.
I agree. No, I agree 100%. I agree. I agree. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be
That's
right
a bold
back.
statement, Ringo.
That's
That's
a
a
very bold
bold
statement. We'll be right